Hello friends, this is Bhatia from Sukhmaniimmigration Services, Brampton, Canada. I'm a regulated and licensed Canadian immigration consultant. Today, very excited because today, Minister of Immigration, Marc Miller, announced 3 new announcements. All the details I'll be sharing with you in this video, but before that, a small request, if you are new to the channel and have not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. We talk a lot about Canadian immigration news, update, tips and tricks on this channel. If you like the video, please share it with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. So without further delay, let's move on to a very important video which is about an announcement by Immigration Minister. So a major announcement is done by Immigration Minister. This announcement is basically divided into 3 parts. So 3 different announcements done today. I'll be sharing each announcement separately and explaining you the meaning and the impact of this. So first of all, number one announcement is related to spousal open work permit. So spousal open work permit, SOWP, spousal open work permit. Now what is the announcement? Let me tell you, but before that, let me tell you the current situation. So what is happening currently? So currently, mostly the students which are just at the age of 17, 18, who have just passed grade 12, they come to Canada for a 2-year program, mostly for the 2-year program, and followed by joining of their spouses here in Canada. So this is usually what is happening. So lots of problems are associated with this. What are the problems? Let's look at the problems. The problems associated with this are because the student is coming to Canada at a very, very young age, an age of 18, 19, maximum 18, 19 age, not even 20. So 18, 19 is the age they are coming to Canada, and there is uncertainty about their PR. Of course, the chances of PR are very, very low, very, very low. And there is huge academic pressure. Why is the academic pressure? The pressure is because they are coming from a home country where they have a different mode of learning. Here the mode of learning is altogether changed. They are not accustomed to that. And huge stress. What number of stresses? Financial stress. They have to find a job because they have to work in parallel. There is a stress to call the spouse because they got married also. Somebody invested the money. I don't shy away from telling you the truth. The truth is lots of early marriages and fake marriages are happening. And this is the truth. I don't want to shy away from the truth. Many fake marriages, many early marriages are happening because what is happening is, and this is mostly what happens is, someone invests money on, say, okay, we'll send the girl to Canada, we'll pay your fee, we'll pay your IELTS fee, we'll pay your ticket, but you call our son to Canada. This is what is happening. And so once the girl reaches Canada, so she has a pressure to call the spouse to Canada. So there is a fake marriages, there are early marriages, and of course, when all these things happen, the divorce are also very high. I see lots of these cases. And cultural adjustment, very low cultural adjustment, because you are coming from a culture, one culture to another culture, and you have not seen the world. At the age of 18, 19, 20, you have not seen the world. So your experiences, your practical experiences are big zero. And adjustment to a new culture is practically not there. So this is the problem. The current situation, the problem. Now, let's look at the announcement. The announcement is that in the coming weeks, the open work permit, the spousal open work permit, available to the international spouses only for those people who are, only for those who are enrolled in master's program and doctorate program, PhD. So masters or PhD program, or they are enrolled in a professional program like medicine or law. Otherwise, to all others, spousal open work permit will not be available. So this will make a major change. It will change the direction of the immigration. It's a major change because lots of benefits will happen. Better student experience, and mature students will come to Canada. Those who are coming to Canada know that they have a path to Canada. They have a path to PR. So they can easily reach the PR. For example, even Ontario. Ontario has Masters and PhD program. So somebody coming at a Masters or PhD level can straight up go for the PR. So lesser chances of fake marriages, very less chances of fake marriages. And of course, there will be big curb on unauthorized agents. The agents which are there in the nook and corner, every nook and corner which are there. So those agents will be curbed, and the genuine representatives will take over. So this is the major announcement, number 2 announcement. So let's move on to the number 2 announcement. So intake cap. The cap on the study visa will be there. Cap means the quota. The quota of study visa will be decreased. Now let's first look at the current situation. Current situation is something like this. The current situation is more than 560,000 students are available in Canada. More than actually 1 million students are available in Canada, but 560,000 students came to Canada in 2023. And I don't again shy away from telling you the truth. The plaza colleges are operating in Canada. What is a plaza college? A plaza college is a college which has no infrastructure, no proper teaching staff, and very poor facilities. They just have 2-3 rooms and that's it. That's not a college, right? So too many undergraduate courses available, too many undergraduate courses which are irrelevant and which are very poorly designed. They are not at all job oriented. They don't impart you with the skills. Somebody who is coming after 12th and joining a 2-year business program, what the business they will learn, how much the business they will learn. Just think about it. It's not a BCom, it's not a graduation, it's not a MBA, it's not a master's program. How much business will they learn? Will that be a practical use? Zero. So that's a current situation. Now, let's move on to the problems. The problems, of course, there is uncertainty about the PR, and this is the biggest problem, and more students. So what happens is, colleges, just to get more revenue, they recruit more students than the seats, and low teaching, low learning, very low teaching is there. So poor student experience. Student experience is really poor. Forced dropout. If the number of students are more than the capacity, so some students will not get the courses, and when the courses are not available, they have to drop out. So this is, and of course the living conditions are also very poor. Why the living conditions become poor? Because they are not as much as facilities as much as students are. So facilities to students, it is no proportion. That is another problem. Now let's look at the announcement. The announcement number 2. Announcement number 2 is intake cap is there of 2 years. This is temporary. Let me clear. This is a temporary intake cap of 2 years. For 2024, government has done a reduction at a federal level. It's not related to India, it's not related to Gujarat, it is not related to Punjab, it is at the federal level for all across the globe, right? So this number is 35% decrease. So 35% less study visas will be offered, and this number is approximately 360,000. To be precise, 364,000. So 35% decrease as compared to 2023. For 2025, they don't have the quota. The quota will be reassessed. How many people will be provided study visa? That number is yet to come, and that number will come by end of the year 2024. But for now, there is no numbers available for 2025. So that is the announcement. Now this announcement, continuing with this announcement, masters and PhD. Masters, PhD and professional programs are not included in this cap. They are outside the cap. So they are not impacted by the cap. And before people get into panic mode, start messaging me and calling us, let me tell you, study permit holders, which are current study permit holders, will not be affected. Study permit renewal, those who have study permit, have done 1 year study and they want us to renew for second year, will not be affected. They will not be affected. Another important thing, since I live in Ontario, so I can tell you the situation of the Ontario much better than anybody else. So the cap will be weighted as per the population. How much is the population and how much is the cap will be, that is the effect. For Ontario will be the worst hit. For Ontario, it will be almost 50% reduction, even more than that. So 50% reduction is there. Not that, this 364,000 quota will be there only for Ontario. No, this will be spread all across to all the provinces and territories. And Ontario and followed by BC will be the worst hit. Ontario and BC will be the worst hit. Moving on to announcement number 3. Announcement number 3. Postgraduate work permit. Postgraduate work permit will not be available for many people. Who are those? So what is happening? Let me tell you the current situation. So current situation is that under the current situation, the licensing happens. Okay, public college is there. A public college licenses a private college. You take the students, you make them study, right? We give you the license. So practically, student attends a private college which has been licensed to teach by a public college. Now this arrangement will not work, and the announcement is starting September 1st, 2024, international students starting a study program in a curriculum with licensing agreement will no longer be eligible for PGWP. They will not be provided any kind of postgraduate work permit. So that's a big announcement. Moving on to the bonus part of this, there is a fourth part of this announcement also, the bonus part. The bonus part is effective immediately. Now, effective immediately, if you are coming to Canada on a study permit, effective immediately, provincial attestation is required for all the study permit applications. And provinces and territories are expected to establish a process where they can issue these guidelines before March 31st, 2024. So this is the time given to provinces, and provincial attestment, this attestation will play a major role, because the inter-province movement, the movement from one province, the student movement from one province to another province will also be impacted with this. The level of intake, the student level of intake in a college will also be impacted. Suppose you are having a 40% marks and you expect that you will get a seat here in Canada. No, this will not happen. It will not happen. So the level or the standard will go up also. For colleges, this level will increase. So that's about the announcement, the three parts: the spousal open work permit, the intake, the cap on the intake, and the PGWP. And the last part we talked about is, of course, which is related to the latest part, which is related to the component where you have to get the attestation done. So these are the four important components. So if you need to discuss your case, you are more than welcome. You can book an appointment with us. Our office is located in Brampton. Address, email ID and phone number, everything is shared right here with you. Very important thing. If you have still not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And once again, thank you very much for watching the video. Thanks.